All right. Hello, Ace Journal paper. So the point of these videos, this one being the first and a series to come after, is to review and refresh your memory on how to write an effective essay. Now remember, this is an effective essay in regards to an FSA style essay. So your basic 5-paragraph, 6-paragraph essay. So that's what we're going to be covering in this video. So we're going to start at the beginning of the essay, which hopefully everyone knows is the introduction. So I'm going to share my screen, and the way we're going to review is by walking through a high-scoring sample that was provided by the state of Florida from a 2018 sample. So we're going to take a look at it. I'm going to go over some of the key parts that you should already know, and then you will practice. Again, it's going to be step by step. So you'll start here at introduction, and then you'll continue on to body paragraphs, counterclaims, rebuttals, and then conclusions. So let me share my screen. Let me find the correct screen to share. There we go. All right, so now you should be able to see the sample essay. Let me get rid of some of this clutter since you only need to see the essay. So let's start at the introduction. So again, this is a high scoring. This scored a 10 out of 10 according to the Florida State rubric. So let's take a look at it. So what we're focusing on here is the introduction. So it starts with being a person of politics yourself, you of all people should know that many compromises have been made over the course of the establishment of the United States. So that right there is their hook. It's not the greatest, right? It's not something that's crazy or a brand new thinking. It's just very basic, but it ropes the reader in. Now remember, with FSA, they give you a prompt that's very specific to how you're writing. So in this regard, they were asked to write to their state senators in order to get something changed. And so therefore they are writing to their senators, addressing them as people in politics and roping them into the overall arguments. All right, so it's an effective hook. It gets the job done. It's nothing fancy. A couple things to notice. It's not a question. It's not a fourth grade zip zap zoom type of hook. It is a hook that ropes the reader into the content of the essay and starts the ball rolling. We continue on. However, notice that transition word that they use there. So they move them from the key idea into what their overall claim is going to be. So however, some of your compromises, like the Electoral College, were made because of factors in the past are now not needed in today's modern democracy. So you can see they are now, in this next sentence, they're starting to bring them into the content. They're bringing in some background. So clearly we're going to be talking about the Electoral College in this essay, and so now they're bringing in that content. Then they continue on with, while the Electoral College once worked as a compromise in the past, it is an archaic system that unfairly represents the votes of citizens all across the nation. So now they're getting closer and closer to their claim, and then they finish off with their last sentence, which is their thesis that says, a popular vote should instead be utilized to fairly choose the people of power in this country and would better represent voters' opinions. So very clearly their claim is that we should switch to a popular vote as opposed to the Electoral College, which is what is currently the system in electing our key roles, such as the president. That is their claim. It's very clear and it's very concise. So let's recap. 1, good hook that brings the reader in. 2, a little bit of background information that gets us to our point. And 3, ends their introduction with a clear thesis that shows the reader what their overall claim is going to be. So go to the next step in this folder and complete the activity that goes along with introductions to make sure you understand and that you are ready to write your first introduction, or not first introduction, to write your introduction for your FSA words. All right. Stop recording.